What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So I haven't updated you guys on the 5 Series lately. The last video that you guys saw of this was probably me throwing on the valve cover. And then last video you guys saw of me in general was the reveal of the Shelby GC350. We'll be doing another, like, an in-depth video on that in the few days coming. I need to do a couple things, like wash it for one, and then once I wash it, we'll do a little video on that. So to give you guys an update on the 5 Series at the moment, I've done a lot of work off camera. I have thrown together the intake manifold and the throttle body, as well as the hoses that go from the valve cover to the intake manifold, and the other one that goes from the intake manifold to the oil pan. So we're kind of at a different spot now. I've also thrown on the headlights and polished them up. This one's polished up pretty nice compared to the old one, which I don't know if you guys can tell. Get some light here. But yeah, it looks all dingy and yellow, especially at the top, right through here. And then come to this. It's all nice and clear. No yellow at the top or anywhere like that. So if that's put in, I need to take this one back out because I forgot to throw this cover back on the back. Once I put that on, this head looks good to polish back up. And then we can really finish it up. I've got that one screw that broke. That is fixed. It's nice and tight. That sensor's on there. And then got a new battery for it down there. Also got a new alternator, as well as another belt. And I'm going to try and fix that brake line. So instead of buying a new brake line, like buying a completely new brake line, I'm going to try and fix it. See if I can't. It's a mess in here. See if I can't pull it off or disconnect it somewhere, because this is the end that broke. So if I can disconnect this somewhere, probably in here, might try and see if it'll work. So I'm actually going to try that real quick, and then throw you guys on the time lapse, and we'll go from there. Okay, so after finally struggling with it for like 20 minutes, got that other end off, and it looks like it will work. I just need to go buy some hose clamps before I put it on. That way I can put a hose clamp in right here and clamp it in so it's like that, and then get this positioned right and pop it in and put one right here. So shouldn't be too difficult to do that. So that'll be next on the list. So that all can put it there. Then now we can come over here and might as well throw on that new alternator while we're here. Well, actually, I'm going to wait, because the alternator bolts in right here, and I got to get down in here for that hose. So I'm going to wait on the alternator. That means I have to wait on the belt, and I still have to wait. So I can actually throw in the fix this headlight real quick. So we'll do that, and then we will be done for the day. So off camera, well, I thought I had turned the camera on and I actually didn't, but I polished up this headlight. I just need to, like, you know, buff it off right here, get some of that off. But after a quick little polish and buff, it looks way better than it did. It's all mounted up now. I don't know why it's got a big gap right here. It's probably missing a spacer or something, but this one was good. This one fit up real nice. Well, still a big gap right here, but it'll be alright. So unfortunately, that's kind of all we can do tonight because I need to get those hose clamps so I can put that hose together and put that hose on, and then with the alternator on. Once the alternator and that alternator's on, then the belt can go on, and then we can start messing with the radiator, everything else that goes right here, and then actually it should be ready to fire. So, oh yeah, one more thing before we go for tonight. I can do this now. So I was having problems with the coils. So some of the coils wouldn't clip in. Like the normal ones, you pop it out, right? And as soon as you push it in, it clips it in. Well, the ones that I bought, none of them would clip in. Like I could push it in and that's about as far as it would go. And then it wouldn't go. So what I found out was that there's this notch right here, if you guys can see that notch right there. So, geez, hold on. All the coils that I could buy, the notch is in the middle. It's like right on my thumb. So what I did was I fired it down some. I actually need to do that a little bit more on these two. Or I might actually just kind of trim the connector down some. But, yeah, so I'm going to do that actually real quick. And then we will put these in and hopefully they're good. Okay, so I finally, as you guys just saw, I kind of started sanding them down. And then I decided I didn't want to sand them down anymore. So I just pulled the razor blade out and just kind of cut them. Wait, that might not be a good idea. Might be stuck. Are you? I was going to show you guys, but I think they're stuck in here. There we go. Yeah, that one's not as clean as the other one is. See, I just cut it right there. And it just slides right on in now. So now I don't have to worry about that. And now I need to get that one off. There we go. There it goes. Yeah, this one, it's clean-ish, but yeah, that's all I did. So now they work. Now they can pop in and done. So we're done for the night. So that's really all I can do. So I'll update you guys when I get this hose clamps and can continue to work on the car. So yeah. So we're back. It's about 2 days later. I got busy with some other stuff and my hair is a complete mess right now. But got the hose clamps that I need. Hopefully these will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on to the hose. Wherever I put that, put there. Go ahead and throw those on. Once I throw those on, then we can plug it in to the vacuum booster, the vacuum booster, and then the brake booster, and then throw the alternator on, throw the belts on, and then start buttoning up the front end of it. And like I said earlier in the video, now there's more light, you can actually see the headlights, and they're pretty freaking clear. Looks pretty good. I still need to get some of the mess off of this one, but other than that, they look really, really good. So I'm gonna hop to that real quick. I'll update you guys in a second. Okay, so now the vacuum hose is on. I've got the hose clamp right there on. It's all tight. It's plugged in. So all I have to do now, put the belt on, alternator on. So I'm about to do next. Throw this bad boy in. And I think we should be able to start it. I have to get a bunch of coolant, obviously, and flush the system because there's none in it, because there's none in the radiator, because it's sitting on the floor and ignore. all of this mess, it'll go away as soon as I get further into this and get this almost done. Once I can get this like moving on its own power, I'm gonna push it outside. We're gonna wash it completely, spray down all this gunk that I can get off, you know, all this stuff down there, and then we'll go from there. But as of right now, all I gotta do, throw on this alternator belt, and then should be ready to start it as soon as I throw that on and throw the radiator in, plug everything up. We really should be good to go. So, guess we'll find out. Okay, so I almost have the alternator completely in. I just got to tighten these last few bolts and get them nice and snug. And then once we get this in, alright, that's it. And then I got to tighten the little cable down here. Nice and tight. It's good. And it's clipped in. And now all I have to do is take this, and it should pop in there, but I think it's broken, so it might not pop in there. Oh, it might. If it doesn't, I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, I don't think it will. So, oh well. So that's it for that. Now, it's a belt time, so I have to Google this. I wrote it down. I wrote down the diagram. I wrote down the diagram for the belt, and I lost it. So it looks like, yeah, that's right. All right, so there's the diagram if it'll focus. So looks like it goes over the compressor all the way over to here, and then it snakes through here, back down the power steering pump, around the crank, back over the crank, up to here, and then back over. So we're gonna throw this belt on real quick, see how it goes, and go from there. Okay, so that could have gone way worse, but the belt is on. It's nice and tight. The bolts for, or the, I guess the socket bolt, I don't know what you call it, but the place where you stick the piece into the tensioner just kind of broke. This socket is okay, but the teeth on this just snapped. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like right here on the side right here, it's all broken off. So I luckily got the belt on before it did, so it's not that big of a deal. But that is on, so now I really, technically, I could start it. I could try and start it, but we're gonna throw the radiator in and fill it up with coolant, do everything proper, and then we'll go from there. But I'm pretty sure I have to add some transmission fluid to it because they unplugged, the previous owner or whoever unplugged the radiator whole assembly. So everything's unplugged. The power steering fluid was unplugged, the trans cooler was unplugged, obviously the radiator was unplugged, and the Freon was unplugged. So hopefully I don't have to replace those seals. They should be fine, but I might have to add some trans fluid because of that. I'm thinking it might be a quart low, so I don't know how necessarily I'm going to do that. I haven't looked into it yet, so we'll see. But other than that, I think the car is almost done. Like, completely almost done. So, we're gonna throw some more stuff on, throw the radiator in, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so my GoPro died, which is right there. It died on me while I was throwing in the radiator on the time loop. So, obviously, I had to switch to the phone. Well, we're actually almost there. Almost to that first start point. Just got a couple more things to do and then should be good. So, the radiator is in. It's completely in. All I gotta do is put the screws in for the Freon lines, AC lines, but every hose is connected, sensored up on this side as well. Everything's hooked up. Power steering line hooks up, all that, coolant, everything else. This is the power, one of the power steering lines. Pretty sure these are the two screws that go to the AC unit right here. I'll put those in, and then I need to figure out where this vacuum line goes that comes off of the intake manifold, this one line. That's all I need to figure out where it goes. And then there's a sensor that is buried over here. It's this one right here. If you guys have any idea where that could go, please comment down below, because I'm gonna leave it unplugged until I figure out what the reason is, because there's a junction box right here, but as you guys can obviously tell, everything's plugged in. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go right here, but it'll be fine. And then there's a junction box underneath all this, under there, where all of these wires go. But that wire comes from that junction box. So I'm not too sure where it goes. So we're gonna leave it unplugged. We're gonna leave it unplugged for now, and then once everything is ready to start the car, we're gonna try and start the car. And if it doesn't start, then we know that's probably an issue. But it could also be a ton of different things, since obviously I did just completely tear down this motor. Also probably need to get some gas in it, because I think the gas in it's bad. It smells kind of bad. So get a gas can and put some fresh gas in it, put some, injector cleaner, all that fun stuff in it. Try and start it. Pray to God that it starts, and we'll go from there. But as of right now, the only thing left to do to start this vehicle is to top it off with coolant and plug in the air box and all of the extra stuff, and the cabin filter housing. Throw that on. I gotta buy a new one still. That's the old one's all rinky dink. Once I buy that new one, throw it in, throw the plastics all back on, then throw the hood back on, and we have a car. So stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna start it today because I don't have coolant at the moment. I'm very unprepared for this. You would think somebody trying to rebuild a car would have parts ready, but I really don't, and I just kind of buy them as I go, which isn't necessarily smart, but it is what it is. So at the moment, all I've got to do is put those screws in to hold the lines in for the AC, and then we'll be done for the day. So thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for more, and hope you guys have a great day. Peace.